we're going to shoot the new lineup of Mathews Bows for 2019. I'd like to introduce you to Eddie Heil, and we're in Corden, Indiana at Gun World Archery Range. And love this place. It's my home shop, and we're going to go through some bows today.
Welcome to the Outdoor Mentor. This is a new archery education channel. I hope you join me because we're going to gear this towards all age groups and all skill levels of archery. Hit the subscribe box and ding the bell. Thanks.
So as we get into the 2019 lineup, we're still going to have the Triax. Now, I've been shooting the Triax for almost a year now. I think I bought it back in February before we ended up going to Nebraska on a turkey hunt, which performed flawlessly. Shot a lot of deer with it. Had a lot of fun with it. It's been an exceptional weapon. What's the technical stuff?
28 inches axle. It's available in 75 and 85% let off. 6-inch brace height. IBO speed is 343. It's like 4.6 pounds. Very good bow. Good little package to deer hunt with. Tree stand or in a blind.
I know some of the biggest things for me has been the quietness right out of the box. No matter the weight of arrow that you shoot, this has been a very shooter-friendly, very hunter-friendly bow, and you know, super smooth in the hand and all that. One of the things that we're going to see for the 2019 lineup difference is the grip. Okay, the grip. Correct me if I'm wrong, is the same grip as on the Howland and
Halon.
Halon, okay. Hey, whatever you need to do, but
the new grip has got a little bit different texture, a little bit different feel.
Slightly thinner.
A lot of guys like it. Slightly thinner. It's got a little bit different raised index finger guard, a little bit sleeker look. So they improved that pretty well.
Over the years, my only complaint about the Triax was the grip. It was just a little bit wider. I preferred the focus grip myself. Had that kind of triangular ridge to the back to it, and I like the way that my grip would naturally go to that.
Yeah.
This being a little thinner.
Just kind of in between.
Yeah, kind of in between.
It's more rounded, but it's not flat.
Yep. So here we go, right off the bat, we're just going to jump into the TX5.
2019 lineup, new grip. It's Triax with a 5-inch brace height basically. Goes from 23.5 inches to 29.5 inches. IBO's at 345 and weighs 4.5 pounds. Pretty good little package.
4.5, that's the same as the Triax, wasn't it? No, the Triax was 4.6.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Or 4.6, or anyway, you'll get it.
It's a great bow for short draw length, smaller frame person.
Yep.
The inch shorter brace height versus a Triax, I think, is not going to be as appealing to somebody probably 27 and longer on draw length.
Just going off the numbers, haven't shot the bow yet, but just going off the numbers, typically when you lose a little bit of brace height, you gain a little bit of speed. But Mathews is telling us off the numbers, the Triax versus losing an inch of brace height here, we're not gaining a whole lot of speed.
2 feet. And for most people, that's not going to be enough to go to a 5-inch brace height.
Yeah, I personally, I'm going to want more forgiveness. I'm going to want as much forgiveness as I can without losing a lot of speed. I'm not looking for a 9-inch brace height, but I'm not going to gain a whole lot by dropping down to a 5.
Yeah.
One of the things I've noticed about this, 5-inch brace height with the cables are really close to the hand. Now, granted, I've got short fingers, but I've got big fat hands, and so on the back of my thumb, it's really tight in there. Probably not going to be perfect for me. How about you?
It's going to be close,
Yep.
but I could probably deal with it. I've shot several of the 5-inch brace height bows. Not had a big issue with it. I'd say, for the bows that this people is designed for, the people this bow was designed for, it'd be okay.
Right. Amy?
Yep.
Now, my wife Amy, on the other hand,
Yeah, she's got
quite a bit smaller hand, and she's got, a good finger or 2 fingers width in behind her hand. So
Yep.
this bow is going to perform very excellent for her at 25 inches. Going to be pretty good package for a smaller frame shooter. Okay, so the Mathews Traverse. Beautiful bow. Riser's getting quite a bit longer now. What we got ATA on this?
And it's 33 inches axle.
33 inches. All right. Beautiful.
6 5/8 on the brace height. It's 4.7 pounds. The IBO, I think it was 333.
333. Okay. If you need a big solid platform, you know, something a little bit longer axle to axle, you can make those longer shots. This is going to be very appealing.
It's going to go from 26.5 to 32.5 inches on the draw line.
Okay, so even you guys that can scratch your knees without bending over are going to be able to shoot this one.
Oh yeah, it'll be awesome.
32 and a half?
32.5. Yeah, it's for the tall guys.
I don't even know anybody that tall, but
Yeah. Well, I see a couple a year.
yeah.
That's about it.
All right, so
They're gonna like it because the Halon 32 was a 7-inch brace with the 7. The Halon 32 7. It's a little bit shorter brace height, so it's gonna give you a little more speed.
yep.
I think it'll be a out west bow and a taller guy bow.
Oh yeah, a lot of Halon fans out there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Or Howland.
Howland, depending on where y'all's from, right?
That's what
Okay.
people say sometimes.
So, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to shooting this one because I would like to
See how quiet it is.
see how quiet it is and see the difference because it's been a long time since I've shot a longer bow. I like my 28-inch bows. I just love them, but something a little bit more stable in the hand, I think that's very attractive.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
The one everybody's been waiting for.
Yep, this is the, well, they're all flagship bows. By all means, all these bows are flagship bows. But this one's,
the flagship.
this is definitely the flagship. Got a lot of bells and whistles, and something that I don't think we've ever seen, I don't think we've ever seen a integrated rest.
Not on Mathews. This is the first time they've done that. They had a, you know, they've always had the rest where they made it specifically for their bows. The way they got this dovetail cut in the back of here and the way it clamps down the riser, there's no chance
Yep.
that rest can rock. And it's also got a metal launcher, and the windage adjustment is on the outside versus over here on the quad micro.
Now, first question for me is the rest included in the bow package price?
No,
Okay.
no, it's separate.
And if you don't like a QAD style, okay, this will still accept any rest on the market, right?
Yep.
So,
It'll also take the standard QAD Mathews rest that's like your 159 retail.
yep. I think that's actually what I'm shooting on my Triax.
Yep.
So,
The major reason they come out with this, I think, because the standard Mathews HDX, you could tighten it down as tight as you wanted because there was no set screw. You could still rock it slightly
yeah.
if you really tried. And this one, they pretty much made it bulletproof.
Yeah, you're not going to move that one.
No.
And the tongs on here is metal.
Yeah, aluminum.
So,
You ain't got to worry about it breaking.
no. I've never personally had a HDX break, but
Nope.
you're definitely not going to break that one.
I've seen several of them get hit. A little bit of timing issues sometimes, but
Yep.
never seen one break. But for the guy that wants the bulletproof design,
Oh, yeah.
that would be it.
Yep.
But it's a Vertix, or Vertrix, however they pronounce it. But module poundage change availability from 60, 65, 70, and 70 pounds. 85% let off.
So explain that just a little bit, because I know it's brand new. I get it, but so you don't have to change the limbs on this.
No, you just can change the poundage strictly by the module. And you can, like, if you start off at 60 pounds on the module, it'd be able to be backed off to 45, 50 pounds.
They're 5-pound modules, right?
5-pound
So
modules.
you got a 5-pound window.
So if you want a turkey hunt with 60 pounds, deer hunt with 70 or 75, however manly you are,
Yeah.
it's easy to change it on the module.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be beneficial to some guys that like to do turkey and deer
Oh,
with
yeah.
the same bow. instead of taking a 70-pound bow and backing it way off and have to change your module for your draw length, be able to leave it maxed out, just change the module for your poundage.
Yep, that's real cool. And I have thought about buying other bows in turkey season just because I wanted to shoot 50 pounds at birds
So it
instead of
don't pass
70.
through, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That's a new thing for Mathews. I'm curious to see how it goes. The bow's 30 inches axle, 6-inch brace height. New integrated mod system for the poundage. 4.7 pounds, 4.6 pounds,
Yeah.
somewhere in that ballpark.
Guys, all of this, the specifics, all the technical stuff you guys can find on Mathews' site. And if you've never been to Mathews' site, I highly suggest you go do that because it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. You can build your own bow from string serving colors to, you know, work with the
Customize
different
it.
colors and customize it, and then go to your dealer and say, this is what I want. Let me know when it comes in, right?
Yep, it works perfect.
Yep, it's pretty cool. So, enough talk. Let's shoot some bows.
All right, all right.
Let's get into some of these bows, and I am going to shoot my Triax. All the bows will be 29 inches and 70 pounds, and we're going to shoot this Maxima Red small diameter 350. Arrow weighs 550 grains, and about 18% FOC for all the guys keeping track out there. All right, guys. So before we shoot, I'm shooting a hunting arrow. This is what I've got with me on hand. Maxima Red Badlands camo. This is a small diameter shaft, a 204 shaft, and a 350 spine from Carbon Express. It's got about 18% FOC. I'm shooting 145 grain tip. This is my hunting setup. All right. So real world scenarios, we're going to talk about, you know, what you're actually going to be getting out of a hunting arrow. Now, the only difference in this is my Triax is set up at 28.5. Everything else is set up at 29 inches. So a few feet per second, not a lot, but for those who hang on every little detail, we'll try to get that information in there. So Mathews Triax, 28.5 inches, 70 pounds. 257 feet per second. So if you guys have been to your dealer before, you know what the Triax is capable of. Between your draw length and your arrow built, we can go off of that. I'm shooting the Triax at 257 feet per second. Here's the TX5, once again, 29 inches, 70 pounds, and with our 550 grain Carbon Express arrow. .265 feet per second. So just a little bit more, you know, shorter brace height, same axle to axle, bare bow, but, you know, throwing them pretty good. Now let's shoot the Mathews Traverse. Once again, quite a bit longer bow, but same arrow. .262 feet per second. Okay, still plenty respectable, and a lot smoother in the hand versus the 5-inch model. Okay, guys, here comes the Vertix. Now, module-wise in here, we do have 85% modules in all our bows, and once again, set at 70 pounds. Actually 269 feet per second. Surprisingly, the way we've got this set up right now, the Vertix is coming in hotter than the rest of our bows for whatever reason. What do you think about the new lineup from Mathews this year, Eddie?
I think it's a pretty good lineup. It's kind of interesting. It brings new technology to the archery industry in the adjustable weight modules, and keeps people from having to buy limbs where they can just change the module for the poundage.
I just kind of looking through the book, and I've held a couple of bows so far. That new TX5 is really going to help a lot of smaller frame shooters.
Oh yeah.
Us big guys chasing speed, looking at the numbers, for me, it's really not one of those bows, but it's kind of bridged the gap between the Stoke and the Triax.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Can I go with that? So.
Well, special thanks to Eddie and the guys at Gun World in Corydon, Indiana. If you guys are looking for a new Mathews, I highly suggest you go in and use their professional skills to pick you out a new bow. If you haven't already, I hope you've subscribed. I hope you hit the bell. We're going to do a lot of things in 2019. The whole channel is going to be geared toward archery education. No matter your skill level, no matter your age, I'm going to teach you archery from the ground up. So come on back and join me. I really appreciate the view. Smash that thumb if you like what you see, and leave me a comment. I'd like to hear some feedback. We'll see you guys. Thanks.